A broke girl just smiled back at a guy, and it was enough to make a billionaire CEO fall head over heels. Watching her walk away, he couldn't help but think back to when they first met. She was in a rush, trying to get to an important client meeting. Then out of nowhere, a girl ran up and asked to borrow his phone. "Excuse me, could I borrow your phone real quick? Mine's dead, I can't get it to turn on." "Sorry, this isn't a great time, Mr. Lee. Here, let me handle it. Go ahead yourself." But because the security guard was being way too deferential, the girl totally mistook him for the restaurant manager. She asked him to deliver some documents to a client inside. Li Guang had no choice but to go along with it. Then the next second, the girl pulled out 20 bucks. What's this for?" "Thank you so much. Go grab yourself some bubble tea. Please just take it." "Thank you." Li Guang stared at the $20 she'd shoved into his hand, not sure whether to laugh or cry. He figured this was just a random one-time thing. No way they'd ever cross paths again. But fate had other plans. Not long after, he stumbled across a work ID badge on the ground. He took a closer look. It belonged to that very same girl. Meanwhile, Mujia had just stepped outside when she realized her badge was gone. She turned right back around to look for it, only to run straight into Li Guang, who was already waiting for her. "Oh, hi, you're that manager from the other day, right?" She recognized him right away. Li Guang handed the badge back to her, but then she hit him with something he didn't see coming. "Hey, hi. Any chance you could give me your business card? Our company does a lot of corporate events. I'd love to reach out." Li Guang couldn't help but laugh. Truth was, he was no restaurant manager. He was actually the biggest client of the very law firm she worked at. But looking at this sincere, genuine girl in front of him, he didn't say a word. He just handed her his personal card. Mujia turned to leave with a smile, and nearly face-planted right after. That sweet little glance back she gave him burned itself into Li Guang's memory. Too bad. Li Mujia already had a boyfriend, Ding Jutan, and it turned out he was a total gambling addict. He secretly used their house down payment to play the stock market. The market tanked, and every stock he picked kept hitting the circuit breaker on the way down. Ding Jutan lost everything fast. Old Liu kept telling him to cut his losses and get out, but he just couldn't let it go. The deadline to hand over the down payment was right around the corner. He was a nervous wreck and couldn't even focus on work. Around that time, Li Mujia got promoted to associate attorney. She went to pick Ding Jutan up from work so they could celebrate, and excitedly showed off her new badge. She kept pushing him to go make the down payment already, but he just kept stalling with one excuse after another. Before they knew it, tomorrow was the final deadline. The sales rep at the apartment complex, Xiao Wei, couldn't get a hold of Ding Jutan, so she had no choice but to call Li Mujia instead. Li Mujia then called Ding Jutan herself and nailed down a plan to meet the next morning at 9 to go pay together. Ding Jutan was already stressed out of his mind about the stock losses, but he grudgingly agreed. The next morning, Li Mujia waited at the sales office for a long time. Ding Jutan never showed. She kept calling him, but on the other end, he'd smashed his phone to pieces in a fit of rage. From Xiao Wei, Li Mujia found out today was the absolute last day, and that Ding Jutan had already asked for a 1-month extension before. She had no choice but to leave on her own. On the way, she spotted someone who looked just like Ding Jutan get into an accident and get rushed off in an ambulance. Li Mujia's heart dropped. She chased the ambulance all the way to the hospital, only to realize she had the wrong person. Li Mujia waited outside her boyfriend's building the entire day. By nightfall, Ding Jutan finally dragged himself home. He came clean. He'd gambled away every last cent of the house money. Before Mujia could even react, Ding Jutan went on the offensive. He said he was broke and demanded she tell him right then and there whether she was still with him. Li Mujia was speechless. Ding Jutan convinced himself she didn't love him anymore. He kept saying he only played the market because he wanted a better life for her, but she was too materialistic to care. "See, this is exactly what I mean. You only care about money. Every single cent I spent, every card I swiped, that was my money. I never asked to put my name on your property deed, and when I tried, you were the one who said no. I didn't push it, because I just wanted to build a life with you. I dragged myself to every showing, every apartment visit. Wasn't that all because I wanted a home with you?" And just like that, they were done. Not long after, Mujia's boss brought her along to meet a major client, and that client turned out to be none other than Li Guang. "Allow me to introduce. This is my associate attorney, Li Mujia, and this is CEO Li of the Li Ming Group.